Thank you, computer.
This is a unique podcast we're starting here. One time only. Right, Tyson?
Yep, this is it. I mean,
So
what?
let's just dive into the premise so people aren't going to be like, well, okay, great. Like, what's the point? So
Sure. Yeah.
the point is that each week we will have sworn to honesty that we have not seen or heard the topic for that week, right? Because the audience has to believe us, right? We're going to say, yeah, we've never done it, but we need to be like, say it on the podcast that that we haven't seen or heard this next item. Does that make sense,
It
Tyson?
does. So my understanding is we're each going to be introducing items to each other, and in that respect, I can't have seen or experienced the thing you're bringing to me, and vice versa.
No, no, no.
And you
It
can't.
has to be something we both haven't seen.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
unless or heard. Like we both, or do you want to?
are we not
That's a good
selecting things
point.
for each other? I thought we were doing
Yeah,
that
that's a
because we
good.
haven't seen literally anything other than the things we've seen. So,
Now that's a good point. I was originally thinking that both of us are just picking random things that neither of us have heard before or seen before.
it isn't. I'm sorry. I thought
But
that's
that
what I was
is
getting across. Yeah.
no, no,
I'm
no, no, no. What you were just saying was that maybe it was something that you've seen that I haven't.
and vice versa. And some
But no,
then
but I
and
was thinking it was something that we both picked together that neither of us have seen.
oh, well, that's interesting.
That's
There's no reason why
yeah,
we couldn't do that. There's also no reason necessarily why we couldn't do both of those things on different times. Like it could be where it's like this thing neither of us have seen. This thing Sean hasn't, but Tyson has. This thing Tyson has, but Sean hasn't.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
just
So
throwing
you
stuff
think
out. I'm not.
we could do all the options. Well, is that
Yeah,
three options? I guess that
absolutely.
is. One option A is something I haven't seen or
Mm-hmm.
heard.
Mm-hmm.
Option B is something that Tyson hasn't seen or
Mm-hmm.
heard.
Mm-hmm.
And then option C
None of the
is,
above.
or we know what
No.
we could call it. You know what we could call it? Plan C. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
There's
plan C is not bad.
always have a plan C. Always, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, we have the luxury of neither one of our names has an A or a
Everyone uses
B at the
plan B,
beginning of it.
plan B for other,
Yeah, I
connotations.
mean, life is
But
basically plan B. There's what you want to
we're gonna
do,
have
and
well,
there's
hold
plan
on,
B.
Tyson.
So go ahead.
We're gonna have a plan C though.
I like it. It's good to have an extra plan. It's
And
plan C. No, this way.
the plan C is going to be something that we have that both of us haven't seen. Or so, what was your original thought when I brought this idea up to you?
I was thank you for thinking of me. Or you mean like concept? Like,
Yeah, like doing a
oh,
podcast and then both of them, both
well,
ideas.
I once we came up with the title, it was actually I was mostly confusion. I liked the idea, but I wasn't sure what we how it was going to shape, and so I figured, well, we'll just get a chance to talk about it, and then we can work on that. And I think that's what we're doing here. So I like the idea that
Yeah,
we're,
so I am. We have to introduce ourselves in case there's some random person that has
mhm.
never listened to Sensibly Cynical or the Succotash or the Antisocial. So my name is Sean,
Hello,
and
Sean.
I am the host of the Sensibly Cynical podcast, where I have mostly independent artists on, and I help promote their music and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have podcasters like Tyson, and we'll just like make up some random topic just to shoot the shit about. Like have like most episodes that you've been on is just random shit I made up like the day before we recorded. Like ways to get Tyson on the podcast. Okay, we'll talk about Jackass. That'll do it.
Mhm. Mortal Kombat was
Um,
one.
yeah, just
Tom
random
Cruise
shit I thought
movies.
of the day before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like the rock
uh
and roll one particularly. That one's on YouTube. People can watch that.
they can. They
They can
can
watch,
they can
listen.
put it on their screen. Exactly. All right. Tyson, I already said your name, but
Yes.
introduce
Oh,
yourself, man. Like your history with podcasting.
Oh God, my history of podcast. Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Tyson Saner. I was first on a podcast back in, I don't know, I think it was 2009 or 2010. Whenever the Smodcast internet radio channel started, uh, I did 10 episodes of something called Smod Squad Podcast that was put together by a guy who it was known as Jamie's bus driver. He'd run the news feed for the morning show that Jason and Kevin Smith and various people would um, do on the Smodcast network when it was
Kevin
live for
Smith,
like four
the most
hours a day.
vanilla Kevin Smith, the most vanilla name of all time.
Right,
Kevin Smith.
right. Are you familiar with his work?
No, I'm just shooting. I'm just, I'm just joking around. I don't know the guy, but I'm just joking around.
No, I mean,
Anyways,
have you
continue.
never seen Clerks or any of those things
No,
or?
no, 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 no.
Really? See, this could be a generational thing. That's very interesting. Meanwhile, my friend Corey is exactly the same age as you, and he's seen every single
I
movie of
just
his.
make fun of him because of his vanilla name, you know?
Oh, sure,
Anyways,
yeah.
continue with what you were
Oh,
saying. Sorry.
yeah, he does have very vanilla. You're like John Adams or, Mike Miller or um
You know?
Pete Jones. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, and meanwhile, my name is Tyson Saner, which is not made up.
Insaner. Yeah.
Yeah. So, right. So Tyson, I was going, that you don't know my personal history right now. So I started in podcasting way back then, and that ran for 10 episodes. It's still online somewhere, usually at archive if, .org is where you can find episodes of it. And it was fun. It was a good time. I had some good people on there. It was it was kind of chaotic having five people talk over each other on a stream at one time. And the guy who ran it and had to record it, I do not envy his needing to edit all those streams and make sure. Must have been a lot of work to get it out every week, and I appreciate that he did that. Anyway, after that, I didn't have a podcast until 2016, uh, and that was when I started Antisocial Show with Hunter Block, and it's been more or less running since then. I was also participating in Succotash before Antisocial Show, gathering clips for Mark Hershon's show. At some point, I became a co-host
Mm.
of that, so that was that. There was a show called Combat Radio just before that. That was on Fridays, hosted by Ethan Dettenmeyer, guest of Antisocial
Mhm.
Show.
So you
It's a
haven't
lot.
been on, so you haven't done like a consistent podcast in a while, right?
That's correct. The only thing I have that's close to a podcast these days is my video podcast, Tyson Saner Gamer, where I play video
And
games on
this, and
YouTube.
now this, and
And
now
now
this.
this. Why am I looking? Why am I looking at my
One
keyboard? So it look like
one
I'm
time
looking at the
only.
floor.
So and you like the name, obviously, because you agreed to do it, or you are acting like you like the name.
I like the name because I think it's funny. Because it's because I don't know that it's
It reminds me of that girl I met at the club one time only,
mm,
and then and then it was like, yeah, I only
met her
saw
one
her
time.
one time. Yeah, exactly. It
Oh
reminded
yeah,
me of that one occasion
some
where it
enchanted
was like,
evening.
where yeah, it was like I met her one time only, and then haven't seen her, heard from her since. I'm sure there's other people listening to this podcast that have had similar experiences where
Oh well,
they get
yeah.
like they drink a little too much alcohol and then meet some random person, and then and then the next day they don't hear from them again.
Yeah, I'm sure I've had that experience back in my clubbing days or whatever.
Back in the day.
Hmm. Lately though, last time I went out, which was last
Well, you're
night actually,
married, you're married and all that, right?
that and all that. Yes, I've been married for 20 years and I have a 5-year-old child.
How's that? How's the father life going?
It's great.
Treating you?
It is literally the best thing ever, and also one of the
Mm.
hardest things, but in a great way.
What's she
It's
think of your podcasting?
my wife.
Yeah. Does
Oh,
she does she ever listen or anything?
not very often. No, but that's okay because there's a lot of stuff out there. She has sort of has other interests, so she has
I don't
listened.
have a wife, but the closest thing I have is my cat,
Sure.
my my cat. She my cat Jenna, I'm sure she'll make appearances.
Well, that's good because my wife has also
My
made an
running
appearance
joke
on
is
my
that
podcast.
I named her after I named her after Jenna, the porn star.
Which one?
Jenna Jenna Jameson.
Oh, Jenna. Yeah, Jenna Jameson. I remember her.
Yeah, I named my cat after the porn star.
Good Lord. So that's somebody from like the 90s for me. That would be like
Mhm.
mid 90s.
But here's what's cool. My cat doesn't know that she's named after a porn star. How's she gonna know?
Shaver.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying my cat's not gonna know she was named after Jenna Jameson.
No, I heard you. I was just
You
making a
know,
joke.
because
No, because
because
saving her what? Yeah, go ahead.
because you know what? That could be the one time only watching a sex tape of Jenna Jameson.
Which one?
Only because you're married, only I will watch the tape. I'll take that sacrifice for you.
You've never seen a Jenna Jameson performance?
No.
Oh, okay.
Could that be one
N
time only? Would that get
Neither
us
have
kicked off of
I.
no, would that get us kicked off of YouTube as if I put that on there?
Well, if you literally put it on YouTube, yeah, you can put your reaction to it. You can talk about it. You can
Yeah,
we can
but
put
you
in we
can't
can
show any
can't show anything.
graphic
No.
imaging.
No. No. But you wouldn't want no,
This
that would
was this
right
was
off.
Jameson 30 years ago, you know. Now she's I don't know if you've seen a picture of Gemma Jameson recently, but yeah, she looks ooh,
I haven't seen
rough.
recently. I know she had dark hair for a while. She probably still does. Like she had her like black hair. I don't know. I mean, it's time is kind of with all of us. Time does
Speaking of
various
time,
things.
good job. We got to get back on track. Good job.
Okay. So let's
All right, you
I'm
ready?
ready for you now. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Rock, paper,
Paper,
scissors,
scissors, shoot.
shoot.
I don't see your hand.
Rock.
Okay. Rock, break,
I
scissors.
got
So
you. I got you.
yeah.
All right. So during the week, I will pick something.
Okay.
Um, and then Tyson will respond saying, honestly, right? This podcast idea is based on trust
Sure.
because we could be fibbing to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But then we'll be
Mm-hmm.
lying to the audience. We don't want to do that,
No, of course not.
you know.
No, that would be
It's like me,
pointless.
like if I asked you, hey, did you ever watch have you ever listened to an ICP album? And then what would
Oh,
your answer be?
it would be no, but I've always been curious
So
about
would that
them.
be one time? That'd be a one time only deal that I could do.
That would be if you want to sign me
I
to
could
listen to their
text
first album
you
or
their
something.
biggest hit, yeah, their biggest hit, and be like, hey,
Oh, sure.
there's our one time. Actually, that wouldn't be that bad of an idea.
You know, on
That's a. I think that would get some interest, maybe.
I
Like
will
if you
say,
put like
no, go ahead.
ICP in the debut episode,
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if they're not thinking Insane Clown Posse, they're thinking Jackass.
or
Because they put ice in a glass of pee. So ICP. Thank you. Thank
what?
you. It's a dad joke. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. As long as you're not saying PCP, you know.
Right. No, I already made a PCP joke this week.
How do you think we're doing? Do you think this is getting off to a good start?
Sure. Yeah.
Or
I think
do you think we went down to 25% on the YouTube tracker? You know how like it tracks the percentage of people that stay with the video? Where do you think we're at? We're at 5.
I guess it would depend on how much of this ends up in the final recording.
The
Because
final release?
yeah, because I mean, like if so, let's see, been literally, I've been recording myself
Hey, you
on
know what?
camera for
I splurged
15.
on the professional. Hey, I splurged on the Zoom workplace, so I have unlimited.
Oh, nice.
Remember how I used to have the I used to cut people off because I only
40
had
minutes.
40 because I had the free version, so I'd cut like either I'd cut the episode
Yeah,
or I would just be like do a cold ending like, "Oh, hey, where can people find you on social media?"
I do remember. But good, because I have full version of Zoom as well. We both have full version of Zoom now.
I'd ask like 3 questions and then be like, "All right." It also depended on if they were good or it also depended if they were good or not.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
I
Well,
had
so
one,
hmm,
so I had one that they were like real bad, and I just was like, abort mission. I was like, abort, abort, abort.
you're giving yourself the kill it signal. Sean, no, it's Sean from the future, take this part out.
No, no, no. I was
Yeah.
doing the cut system below the table of the recording. I was like,
Oh, you have like like one of the bank teller like emergency button kind of thing. It's a guy with a ski
I
mask
wasn't
comes in and
lying
you're
to
like,
them. They just couldn't see that I was ending it early.
they couldn't see.
No, I did the signal while we were recording.
Oh,
but
okay.
they couldn't see that I was doing the.
No, no, I'm just teasing. I'm not into it.
I didn't want to be like to their. That's rude. I didn't want to be like, hey,
Oh yeah,
we're
no, yeah.
ending it. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it to you, Tyson, but like
Right, right.
to other to other people. I mean, I could do this to you. I'll have no remorse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you watch me, if I see you do that, then I'll. So the music thing, I did want to say I used to make it a habit of trying to listen to an album and to end it that I hadn't heard. So I have listened to like, say, I listened to the first Wu-Tang Clan album all the way
Mm.
through a couple of years ago because I never had. So if you want me to listen to, say, the first or just a song of Insane Clown Posse, I will. I do like rap, you know. And I assume
No,
they
it'll
are
probably
rap.
be. I think I have the band. Or
I'm
this,
thinking.
you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. So again, if it ends up that I have actually experienced the media before, I'll have to let you know, and then you'll need to send me a different song, theoretically, because that could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
unless
Mike.
it's okay if I go, oh, I kind of have heard this song. Let me actually listen to it because a lot of
So it
times when I
will
hear music,
be
it's in the
a
background of
song
stuff.
from. It will be a song from Jimmy Eat World.
Okay.
And for those that don't know Jimmy Eat World, they were a band formed in 1993,
Okay.
Mesa, Arizona. And if you remember, I think I included, they're one of my favorite bands, and I think I included them on the One Time Only. Did I not?
And was there a list of one time
Not
only
One
stuff
Time
with them?
Only, not One Time Only, but sorry, One Hit Wonders. See, I have
Oh,
this. See, dude, that's probably a good thing that I mix that up because it tells you I'm all in on this podcast idea. Like I feel like
yeah.
if I didn't mention that One Time Only thing, then I'm
Mm.
I'm not invested in the podcast. That makes sense.
Yeah, you're anxious to like
I'm
to stamp it.
right. I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm saying it multiple times. So
I don't know why
that
this is the
means
symbol for stamping. It's more like,
here, I'm gonna
mm,
share my screen. Can you see this? Don't look at my iTunes. But
can,
there's can you see my screen?
can I see your screen? Let me see.
Oh, I wonder if I
Oh,
have to blur that out for is
oh,
that
you know
gonna
what? That's good. That's perfect. Let me actually
Hey, do I need to blur that out for the video? Are they gonna is YouTube not gonna like that I showed this? No, they don't care. I've done this before. Feeds are expensive.
hmm,
Like to have another feed. Because I use Podbean.
okay.
So if I were to do another feed, it would cost me like another $100 a year.
Yeah, I mean SoundCloud's around 125 a year. I do that,
So, but I'm saying per feed.
like per episode,
No feed. So a feed is like a link
like an
to like
RSS
its own
feed.
channel. Yeah, like an RSS feed.
Right. Like I'm saying that my SoundCloud is something I pay for and that goes out
Yeah.
to other stuff.
So right
It,
now, I would put this. This is going to go on the Sensibly Cynical RSS feed. I'll just
cool.
have different artwork to differentiate to let people know it's not a Sensibly Cynical episode because it'll have the on one time only artwork. So that's how people will know it's not a Sensibly Cynical episode. Because then also I'll put one time only, and then I'll put Jimmy Eat World will be the first episode. Um, and
Small
then
selection of
that
Jimmy Eat World.
I know you don't sound too excited about this.
Hmm? No, I was just doing the announcer voice, the laconic small selection of Jimmy
So
Eat World.
you did not expect Jimmy Eat World to be um the winner here.
I not specifically, no, but there's a lot of things that I wouldn't have expected. So really wouldn't know what to expect. If anything, I actually expected maybe to be like, oh, I've heard that because sometimes that happens,
You've heard of Jimmy Eat World though.
I've
Come
heard
on.
of,
They're
yeah.
also they're also in California.
So maybe some of this could be prologue that we
All
could
right.
touch on for the next episode when I've actually
No, not
listened to it. But
California. Sorry, Arizona. I just said that in earlier in the episode. Yes,
who's in Arizona?
Arizona. Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, were they? Cool. That's also where,
Mesa, Arizona. Not were they? Are they? I think they're still active.
oh, I don't know. David Spade's from Arizona. I know
Yeah,
that.
Telepath was their last song, hence why it was current on mind. Jimmy
2023.
World has been cited as an influence for numerous bands, including Hawthorne Heights, Basement, Real. Oh, you know what? We should do Real Friends should be the next band. I just like the name of the band. And Pet
Re-
Symmetry. That's a cool band name. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
all
a
right.
song. There's a Pet Cemetery song. Are you
Mm.
looking at other stuff that I can't see
I'm
now?
looking at the Jimmy. Yeah, I am. I'm looking at
Okay.
the Jimmy World Wikipedia page.
There's a song, the Pets, the Pet Cemetery song? So I don't want to
No.
get buried in a pet cemetery.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It should be fun figuring out what the shape of this is going to ultimately be. I look forward to the journey.
I'm a fan of yours, so this is cool.
Oh, well, I'm a fan of yours as
Do
well,
you
sir.
like my podcasting style?
Yeah, yeah, it's very familiar, friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
it's just a guy
Like
talking
some,
to another person. Yeah,
yeah, like yeah, it's like whatever. Some of the guests tend to like it.
you tend to put them at ease, I'd say. And anybody within the sound of my voice, you could do a lot worse than being a
Is
guest
it
on Sensibly Cynical. Like, consider it.
is it my laugh? My laugh draws people in too, I think,
Well, that
you
you
know.
laugh is good. It's not laughter is a great
No,
equalizer
but I
for
have a
like,
good laugh, I think. I have a good
yeah,
laugh. I
you
think
have a yes, and you have a great laugh.
it's one of those small laughs, but it's a good one. I feel like there's people that have bad laughs, Tyson. It's true.
Sure, sure. There's people who have iconic laughs. Like remember Eddie Murphy's you do the
You know?
yeah, there's that.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his laugh. I do remember his
Yeah.
voice. Got a very distinct style of speaking.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yes,
Tyson, always a pleasure, not literal, but
not literal pleasure. Okay, I'll take non-literal pleasure.
figuratively speaking,
I
it was
appreciate it.
it's a pleasure.
Thank you for the time. Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward
Yeah,
to
it'd be
seeing
cool. It'd be
whatever
cool.
happens with this.
Hopefully we'll get some traction.
Hopefully, I don't drive you crazy during this whole process because,
No, I cut you off a lot, so I hope that doesn't piss you off eventually.
no, I just worry that I try not to cut you off. So I watch. That's why with the visual, I can see, and I know that when you're going to talk, and I can go, I can
Who do
like
you think
wait.
is going to irritate the other person more? Me irritate you or you irritate me? What do you think?
It takes a lot to irritate me. So I think it's probably going to be me irritating you. I think you might think I'm irritated more than I ever actually am because I think it's hard to tell sometimes. Like I was irritated earlier, I couldn't get the camera to work, but I wasn't irritated with you. So
Mm.
I try and make
We'll s-
sure that, like, I make sure my son knows that distinction. I'd be like, buddy, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad, but
we'll
I'm
see
not
what
mad at you.
happens. Well, we'll be able to tell by how many episodes in this is. If this only lasts 3 episodes, then we'll know, you know.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Uh, so yeah, well, and I'd like to say I appreciate the opportunity to discover new music. I always look forward to listening to music
Not
I've
just
never heard.
not just music, but it will be movies
Hmm.
and any form of entertainment that we decide.
Correct. But it for this particular assignment, it's music. So
Yep.
I look forward to
Jimmy Eat World. Thanks everybody for checking this out, either on YouTube or audio form. By this release, we will have a proper logo, banner
mhm.
for YouTube, and hopefully you will be subscribed to Sensibly Cynical and Tyson's channel, which is where this will be placed until we get our own YouTube channel and feed. So, Tyson, where can people find you? I know you mentioned it earlier, but in case people
Oh,
skip to the end.
in case they skip, it's www.tysonsaner.com. That's TYSONSANER.com. All my links are there. Um, SoundCloud, TikTok, YouTube channel, Instagram, X, Twitter. It's Twitter. I don't call it X. Um, and all the other stuff. It's all there. If
All right,
you're on a
I'm Sensibly Cynical everywhere. At Sensibly Cynical, um, at Cynical Sensibly on Twitter. And then Sensibly Cynical proper, wherever you get your podcasts. Tyson, thanks again, buddy. And I'll see you next time for the premiere episode of One Time Only featuring Jimmy Eat World. Take it easy, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.